Ken. Just checking it out. Can you hear me, Ken?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute.
Okay. I'm prepping everything. 1 second. Thanks for coming early.
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done this many times before successfully.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes or so. Just want to make sure it's working.
All right.
Nice shirt, Andrew.
Cheers, you like it?
Yeah. Check this background out. How funny is
Yeah,
that?
like the shirt.
Are
All
there any
right.
shark attacks? Like every 20 minutes, like one comes at the camera?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. I should have a button for shark attacks. I'll
Yeah.
I'll I'll work on AI something later. All right, I'm prepping. I just want to make sure the camera looks good. Bye.
Yep, looks great.
Is that timer definitely 60 seconds? I practiced it quite a few times and it's like 45 because I wasn't super confident in that sand. I wanted to make sure there was buffer.
Good deal.
I actually don't know, but I bought it on Amazon. I bought it on Amazon 2 months ago, and I assumed it's a
Uh,
minute. Could very much be 45. I have no idea.
as long as it's not Timu, maybe it's slightly better. But yeah, I'm not overly confident.
Yesterday, I had to pay 135% tariff on my team order. Today, only 30, baby. We're back.
I don't think I've ever bought anything from them actually.
Oh, Timu, no. Shein, love me some Shein.
Mm,
Love me some Shein. All right, wait, I gotta focus. 1 second, sorry.
yeah, go for it. Is it the same order as the practice?
Nope.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay, I'm ready, everybody. For those that joined early, what's up?
How are you, Don?
Wait, oh, test. To answer your question, Andrew, the order, I have no idea what it was last time, but I believe it's moved around. Yeah.
I was asking because I was first last time, so I just didn't know
You're
if I was.
14. No, sorry, not 14. 10 or 9 or
So
10.
dab in the middle. All right, cool.
Don, if you could tell me where I'm at, that would be great too.
Chuck, you're on mute if you're talking. I see you are.
Oh no, I can hear him.
Oh,
I hear
wait.
him too.
Oh my gosh.
That's weird.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, wait, wait.
Everybody can hear me, right?
I couldn't hear a
Yeah.
word anyone said for the last 5 minutes. All right. Now if I was talking over you, sorry. I didn't realize.
No worries. I just wanted to ask, what number am I?
Let's see. 15.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Greetings.
All right, so Tony Pizzulo is the substitute for Bradford. So if you haven't had a chance, I'll put his link in here. And then Gene Munster is also coming.
Thanks for putting this together, Don. This is a great event.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I mean it's a giant experiment, but I'm pretty excited.
Every time you do something for the first time, it's an experiment, but this will go well.
Totally. Yeah, this is actually, I used to do this in person in San Francisco. This is how I built my career. I probably did like 20 of these in person where I would bring VCs on stage, and then I had a fund at the time. So if the deal got traction with the investors, then I would invest into it. So I know it well, but I've never done it on Zoom. So it'll be interesting.
I've done a Shark Tank deal in real life, on stage, but not like this.
Like where you were the investor on stage or you were pitching on stage?
I was pitching. It was for actually for a LED grow light company in the cannabis space,
Nice.
to the ArcView Group, which is a big venture capital firm.
Was it what was the business?
It was an LED grow light.
Oh, like an
Actually-
actual piece of hardware?
Yeah, selling actually to resellers and to direct to consumer,
Nice.
but it's pretty cool. So this will be good today. I'm excited.
All right, Jerome, what's up? Joe's here. Christine, I see your name. Kara, hello. Mark, what's up? Thanks
Hi.
for all joining. Oscar, I see you just joined. All right, good. Everyone feeling ready? Psyched? All right.
Hey, Don.
Got my trusty timer here. When you're pitching, can you see this by the way?
Not
Yeah.
so well. It
Like, do I need
depends.
to clear my throat so that Zoom thinks I'm talking so that it appears, you know what I mean? In the
No,
last 10
because
seconds.
you're usually showing our slide, right? So everyone's in the small column, and so depending on where the column is scrolled, you either notice it or not.
All right, cool. See if Tom's here.
You guys hear me okay? I'm testing my microphone, but I don't think that it's connected properly.
Loud
I
and
can hear
clear.
you.
Fine.
Okay,
You
cool.
get a new one?
Well, I was using my MacBook microphone and then I got this little thing, but I'm not sure that it makes a lot of difference.
It does. It's a very smart investment.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds really great.
Yeah, very clear.
Sounds
That's
better
okay.
than Don's massive mic, to be honest with you.
How am I getting through? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
loud and-
Was that Andrew throwing shade at my microphone setup?
Yes, sir. I should have done that after the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back to the queue now.
Andrew, I can't seem to find your slide in here, buddy. I'm so sorry. All right.
It's in the recycling bin.
No, I would never. Let's do it. Is Tom coming though? Right now. right, maybe I'll move to later. Oscar, you ready to put on a show?
So like I saw your message yesterday be like if you practice it'll show be like I spent too long on this dance routine. So like that part will show. The talking part will be mid. We'll see.
Do I need to share my screen, or how does it work for you to do this?
I like tested this like an hour ago. So like I'll just put the music through my mic, like put my headset down, and then it'll just show that way. So I guess you can just show
Okay.
me.
Do I need to share my screen, or I just feature your profile?
If it's like not too much hassle, like after I'm done, just like share the slide, and then that's good.
Okay. Oh, how long is your performance?
35 seconds.
Okay, cool. All right, we got two people who are doing something special, so I appreciate the two of you that came up with that idea.
It was fun, so I'm excited to try it out.
Good.
Definitely gonna jaw dropping, be like, what's happening here? Like, what did I walk into?
All right.
Hi, friends.
Hello, hello. John, hello. Jessica, hello. Igor, Gene is in the building. What's up, Gene? Duran's
on,
here.
hello.
Duran's here. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining early.
Right on.
All right. I'm gonna kick this off because we have a full schedule.
What's do we know the order of speeching?
You will find out in about 6 seconds.
All right, I'm counting.
Surprise,
I
surprise.
didn't want to make it too easy for you all, so I had to throw a few curveballs into that. We gotta let Gene see how you all handle pressure. That's an important part of being a founder.
Do it live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gene, you look like you're on CNBC with that background. That's
You know,
insane.
yeah, we're gonna
Personality.
roll from this right over to that in a little bit. So that's
Oh, that's why you have to go? Okay.
well, there's some quick in between, but I've gotta but yep, I'm feeling the love here, so I appreciate that.
Don't mention Shark Tank. I don't want any sort of cease and desist coming in my
Okay,
way.
all right. Deal.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna add myself. All right. I'm gonna keep eyes on Tony. Okay. So we're gonna kick off formally in a minute. We're already up to however many we're at right now. So I'm just gonna start us off so that we don't waste any time because we're short on time. Tony will be joining us in a minute from Signal Fire. Tony is replacing Bradford. Bradford had a family issue, and so we send our love to him. And he was very cooperative and helpful to get us replacements. So I'm very thankful. If you are not Gene, please mute your microphone or I will boot you. Please. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, so we are gathered here today for a very exciting experiment that we've been running. Gene is someone that has known me for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years now. And Gene funded my last startup. And then Tony just joined us. Tony, welcome. Come on in. Hello, hello. So Tony is with Signal Fire, and Bradford was our original person who was going to help, and then he helped us get Tony and brought him into this a few days ago. So thank you, Tony, for stepping up last minute. It's very much appreciated. You're about to be thrown into the ringer here, so I hope you're ready for a very exciting hour. We're just going to go back to back to back. I'm going to explain the rules of what we're doing, and then we're going to get right into it because we are short on time for the most part. Okay, so we have 22 founders that I've been working with for the last 2 weeks to prepare themselves to pitch you for 1 minute. They get absolutely no more than 1 minute, and it will be denoted by this little timer that I hold in my hand. I will do a buzzer sound, very obnoxious, at the end of 1 minute, in which case then Tony, you and Gene have 2 minutes to ask questions. That's not a lot of time, so be very smart with your question. And at the end of this, instead of investing like they do at Shark Tank, you will have a yes or no answer to this question. Do you want to be introduced to that founder by Don? My hope is that we can go and start to cultivate a lot of introductions on the investor side for deals that you're interested in funding or founders that you feel like you could help. And so that's how we're going to run this. It's going to be speed fire. And there's going to be 2 of you in the hot seat deciding if you want to meet with the founder or if you don't want to meet with the founder, or if someone from your team wants to meet with the founder or not meet with the founder. one of the key things that we're trying to do here is teach people how investors quickly look at startups. And so don't feel bad if you turn down every single person here today to meet with them. Like, this is a part of the process. It's called Ugly Startups. You cannot be afraid to be ugly if you're going to be successful as a founder. You have to be willing to embarrass yourself. And so everyone here is trying their best. And that's the only thing that we care about on the
Awesome.
VC side, is that you give good, honest feedback.
And Don, do you want feedback on the no's from Tony and I? Why we said no?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Let's play that out as we
Okay.
get through it. We might not have time, is the short answer to
Yep.
that one. All right, we're going to start this off and just rapid fire. We've got 22 of these. So each founder has submitted a slide or has some sort of fun performance they put together. Tom, can I ask you to come up here, please, and kick us off, sir? Tom?
Don, can you hear me?
Yep, there you go. Hey.
Perfect. I think you've actually got my old slide. I sent you an updated one, but I can work with this. Hey guys, I'm Tom. I'm co-founder and CEO of Tribe XR. My last company, Super Awesome, was acquired by Epic Games for 9 figures. My current company, Tribe, is the world's largest DJ and performance platform with more than 500,000 students learning in VR. We're the #1 product on MetaQuest and Steam VR for DJ training. And we are raising $2.5 million, of which 70% is already committed, to go from VR to omni-channel. So we're rolling out on PC, Mac, iOS, Android, and web, and developing an AI DJ mentor to make the whole learning experience more personalized. Our big vision is to improve the way that the world learns, and we'd love, if you'd like to hear more about our round, please reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. All right, Gene and Tony, I'll give it to you too.
How do you think about the size of this market?
So we think about it as we are ultimately creating a more personalized way to teach music. And certainly I'm a dad of 3 girls, so I spend a fortune on piano lessons and singing and all that sort of stuff. But we, if you look at the global market for private music lessons, it's probably close to billions of people, or 1 billion people who are sort of learning at any point in time. So we think it's a pretty material market, and one that certainly we can create a better way for people at home to learn, and also to reach their audience, so to perform.
All right, we have one more question. Yeah, Tony, do you want to step up, or Gene, do you want to take it? Before
Yeah,
we
how
move on
long
to
have you
Igor?
been, I saw the chart there, how long have you been building? And then mutual question is sort of what was your role with the last company you mentioned?
Yeah, sure. I was the co-founder and COO of Super Awesome. So yeah, involved since day one. We exited in 2020.
And then on that bar chart, was that the previous 3 years of revenue for this company?
Yes.
Got it.
And we've been building the company since, I think our first product launched in 2018, but it was a very, very early prototype. Really, we started gaining momentum with the launch of the MetaQuest.
Awesome. Okay, Gene and Tony, I'll pass it to you. Would you like to have a meeting with Tom afterwards, the awesome founder who is raising 2.5 and has 70% of it committed and in the bank?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, same here.
All right, Tom, I love you. Thank you very much, sir, for leading off. We're moving on to Igor here. Igor, I'm
Yes, I'm
sharing my
here.
screen. Come on up.
Hi, I'm the founder of Teleworker AI. Have been in construction software industry for the past 25 years. We are deploying my 2 previous companies. One exited to Oracle, another to Siemens, both 8-digit numbers. I'm building a 3rd startup, deploying physical AI, deploying the robotics and augmented reality at the construction site. You in New York, you've seen probably Javits Center on the left lower corner. This is one of my digital twin clients. So market is huge. Everybody's moving to robotics, and we're building software for that. We don't build the hardware itself. We are going to be the SAP of robotics. It's an enterprise solution for managing the robots as well as humans.
Who's actually doing the development?
For the hardware, we use the software is developed by us. The hardware, we use different types of robots. We're going to use, right now, we use Unitree from China. We use the American robots. We're going to use Elon's Optimus robots, etc. But our layer is the application layer.
And
At
like
least-
who, on your team, do you have, what's the
I
development?
have 25 employees right now, yes. I funded from my previous exits. And we're raising
Largely
seed.
remote.
Most of them remote. That's why the company is called Teleworker, because we are, we're trying to do for the blue collar market what the internet did for white collar. When you now can work from anywhere, we want to do the same for plumbers, carpenters, pretty much for anybody who is doing right now things with hands.
All right.
How
We
much
have
So-
live today?
final question.
Because what?
What's live today, and how many live deployments do you have with customers?
I have about on 6 project sites around the country, like Michigan, New York, Michigan, DC, Florida, mostly larger builders and owners, like University of Florida. And I have one starting in Neom in Saudi Arabia. Some of them are my clients, so it's easier for me to start
All
with
right.
the ones that I already know.
Igor, I hate to cut you off, but I got to make sure we get to everyone today. Tony and Gene, yes or no on meeting Igor afterwards?
Yeah, unfortunately, it has to be a no from me.
Same here.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll go back and forth, Tony. I'll get the first vote next time.
Yep, that works.
All right. Adam Rudder, can you come on up here, please?
And Don, do you mind leaving the slide up when we're asking questions? It comes
Yes.
up pretty quick with content.
Absolutely. Yep.
Don, can
Adam?
you hear me?
Yep. Go for it, buddy.
I'm Adam Rudder, founder of Improvise. There I was, unconscious, head bleeding on the concrete. 500 pounds of steel had slammed me headfirst into the ground, like taking a metal bat to the skull 5 times. I survived, but my traumatic brain injury changed everything. In rehab, I discovered the superpowers of neuroscience and improv to rewire my brain. And I started helping people with autism and ADHD with these new neural improv superpowers. And for the last 25 years, I have now helped over more than 10,000 people, including those with autism and ADHD, strengthen their social emotional skills and executive functioning. Now, our team is bringing these superpowers to the world through Improvise, an immersive learning and gaming platform that uses the power of AI and neuro improv to help 8.6 million kids and teens with autism and ADHD in this $12 billion market so that they can become the superpowers and superheroes that they are meant to be.
Awesome. Thank you. Gene and Tony, I'll leave the slide up for you.
Are you selling into school districts or individual D2C?
It's B2B first for schools, educational institutions, and then therapy centers. So SLPs, occupational therapists, and psychologists. And then we have a B2C later once we prove successful.
And is this on Oculus or another existing hardware platform?
Yeah, we're currently starting with Oculus. We will be moving to whatever platform we need to down the road.
Have you raised any money yet?
We're pre-seed. We are pre-seed. We've just been semi-finalists in 2 angel conferences here in San Diego and in Washington, and we're early stage pre-seed.
And how long have you been at it for?
I've been at it for over a year. Been in an incubator. Right now, we're about to get into apply for some accelerators, and but I've been doing this for over 25 years in person, and now we're scaling it to a new platform.
All right. Final question.
What does the team look like today? Size and composition?
Yeah, we have CTO Sirius who's on the call with us. We also have a business development director, Michelle, who's also on the call with us. And then we have a team of advisors ranging from principals, professors, university professors, business development directors, education therapists across the board, and some AI consultants as well.
All right. Tony and Gene, yes or no from you two?
Unfortunately, no.
And no from me as well.
Okay. Thank you.
And Don, just a note, I think Igor is still pinned in the video.
Very helpful. Okay. Thank you. All right, Jessica, we're going to have you come up next. Come on up here.
Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna start.
Yep, please.
Hi, my name is Jessica Lian. I'm a third-time founder. I scaled my last app to 10 million users and 4 million ARR, all organically. Faith is in my family root. My great-great-grandpa built the only church in my hometown in the 1900s. To carry my family legacy, I am now building Faithia, which is the operating system for the global faith economy. Like YouTube plus Patreon plus Shopify, all in one platform built specially for churches and faith-based creators. There are 2.6 billion Christians in the world, and the religious market size is 642 billion, 3 times larger than the gaming market. The Catholic Church is the biggest church in human history and has been under-digitized for decades. Since launch, we onboarded 500 faith-based creators. Our CGO is the top 10 US Christian influencer with 10 million followers. The active user session time is around 15 minutes, ARPU is over $3. We also monetize through a white label SaaS system and donation processing for churches.
All right. Thank you very much, Jessica. Tony, Jean, rapid fire, go for it.
I didn't see how many users are on the platform today.
We have more than 10,000.
Got it.
What
And when
was
did you
that?
launch?
6 months ago?
We launched around October last year.
And is it 10,000 that's registered?
Yeah.
And what do you think the monthlies are?
Monthly right now over 2,000 active.
What's the overlap, do you know, with your user base and Hallow or Bible Chat or other sort of faith engaged digital users?
I think with Hallow is different because Hallow is a subscription based and all their content is generated from their own platform. Our content is all generated from creators. We have churches creators, so they have their own content instead of Hallow's model. And they have a subscription model, like user pays, I think, $14.99. We have a revenue split. We split about 20 to 40% from the creator's income.
Are
What's the
you a
alternative
brand
for-
or a white label?
So we have a B2C and a B2B. B2C, we're doing the consumer market. We work with creators. B2B, we work with churches, and we white label the SaaS system for them, and we charge around $1,200 per month to give a full solution, like all-in-one turnkey app.
And what are what's the alternative for creators? Are they mostly coming from Twitch or Instagram? Like where are they moving over from?
Mainly from YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, but they cannot provide the tool they need because they want a deeper engagement. For example, they need a one-on-one coaching, subscription-based like courses, or like group coaching. So our model is similar to Patreon. So basically, the YouTubers, they need to monetize. They don't monetize in YouTube enough.
All
And
right.
a deeper connection. Yeah.
I got to stop you there, Jessica. Sorry. Tony, Jean, thoughts, yes or no?
It's a no from me.
Okay.
I would like an intro.
Awesome.
All right. Our first intro. Jessica, congratulations, everyone.
Thank
Let's
you.
give her a round of applause. Good job, Jessica.
Thank
Very
you.
cool.
All right.
That's our first one ever because this is our first Shark Tank event on Zoom. So thank you for
Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right.
All right, cool. All right, I'll connect you afterwards.
Got it.
Ken, come on up here,
Yep.
bud. Go for it.
Yeah, for 25 years, I've been a successful VC with investments in Flareon and Yap, which was acquired by Amazon and became Alexa, and co-founding and successfully exiting the Japan subsidiaries for Concur, Marketo, Demandware, and others. Between funds in 2016, I founded a AR/VR solutions provider. After $2 million of self-funding and $3.25 million of revenue, and 500 employee years of experience, we found product market fit with a AI-first training libraries as a service offered as a scalable subscription service. Our launch partner is GTI Energy, which has over 150 million of annual revenues, providing training, testing, and standards for the natural gas industry, where safety, compliance, and high proficiency is demanded. We have initial traction with over 24 natural gas distribution companies using our platform.
All right. Thank you, Ken. Jean, Tony, rapid fire.
What's the business model?
A subscription to the training library by natural gas companies and also manufacturers with parts and equipment on the platform.
And that, I apologize, that library is going to be viewed through Oculus or Vision Pro?
Any device, any screen, any device. We aren't providing VR. Basically, GTI Energy came to us and said, VR is still too expensive and complex, but we need 3D models. We need to see inside of things. We need digital twins. Can you make us a platform to deliver those? We did, and then we rapidly added other learning management and training features. So now we offer micro training videos, and now we're building an AI platform for the natural gas industry through OTD to provide AI instruction and information to field workers and trainees.
You've been self-funding for almost a decade. Why the fundraise now?
Because when I've been a VC for 25 years, so I know VCs aren't particularly interested in services companies. And so as I investigated the market, I finally reached what I thought was a scalable, successful model that could be VC funded. And now we need funds for scaling marketing and sales in the US. Most of our labor is offshore, so very low cost.
Awesome. All right, one more question, or can we move to yes or no, Tony and Gene?
Unfortunately, I'm a no.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate
you.
it.
Sure.
All right. Christina, you're next, coming up here.
Right? Can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yes.
loud and clear.
Okay. My name is Christina Cat, and my company distributes novel organic fertilizers derived from nutrient-rich sediment found in freshwater lakes. With an international track record and local field trials, our products have shown yield increases of up to 60%. For example, a local Arizona watermelon grower had a 40% yield increase in their watermelons, adding $3,000 per acre in revenue with an ROI of 10 times to the farmer. Now, California's largest distributor wants our product because California is starting to regulate how much nitrogen you can put in the soil. Also, our product is 25 times more profitable than what they're currently distributing. So we need investment funds to support nationwide expansion, commission local university trials, and then we're launching retail and e-commerce divisions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Christina. Okay. Gene and Tony, question, rapid fire?
Yeah.
My question on the nitrogen side, is that essentially your biggest competitor is the stuff that's not good for you?
So this is a different product. So right now it's NPK, nitrogen, potassium, and potash, but we are adding, it's an organic product that reduces the amount of chemicals needed in
But
the
that's the
soil.
market you're going after, is the nitrogen market?
Commercial, correct. And the Western Milling, the largest conglomerate, they're 60%, they have 60% market share of UAN 32 fertilizer in California. But because of the regulations, they want to blend our product with theirs to reduce the nitrogen inputs.
And what's the incremental cost for the growers to use your product?
So it's an example, that watermelon grower. So the cost to them is $100 an acre, and their ROI was, they got $3,000 more in revenue. So it depends on the farmer. It's varies widely, but.
All right.
Do you have any experience on the team selling into commercial and industrial scale farmers, or mostly local farmers?
I personally do not. I'm an attorney by trade, and this is a new business for me, but I'm building the team right now. I just, I have a farmer on the team he's a large farmer, and the Western Milling is this large conglomerate that has a team that goes directly to the farmers.
All right. Thank you, Christina. Tony, yes, no. Gene, yes, no.
Unfortunately, no from me.
Same here.
All right. Thank you. Oscar, you are up next. Oscar has a unique performance. I'm not sure how this is going to go.
All right, what's up, y'all? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, let me feature
Perfect,
you.
perfect. All right. What's up? I'm Oscar. So I'm a 10-year software engineer who recently quit his job to work on an app to teach you how to dance. And here's a little bit about what I learned.
All right, Oscar. Nice stuff.
All right. And with
Very
that,
impressive. All right, you got
so
20
dance is a
seconds
billion
left.
dollar
Go.
industry. Yeah, dance is a billion dollar industry. Does not see a lot of technological disruption. We're using AI to make learning how to do it accessible and affordable. So yeah, that's my pitch.
All right, Gene, Tony, now your turn. You guys got to dance as a response while asking questions.
So is it an app? Like, tell me a little bit about the business model.
Yeah, so we are currently developing an app that uses AI to kind of like real time analyze you as a dancer, and then through our currently evolving model, it'll figure out what you want to improve to get to the next level. So it's very personalized, and yeah.
And have you launched?
Yeah, so we have a waitlist right now with about a couple hundred people that we just casually tell. We are currently iterating through a lot of models, but we have soft launched. Yeah.
And do you have any background in app development?
Yeah, 10 years software engineer.
Who's the buyer?
Yeah, so the example would be anyone that wanted to learn how to dance. So the biggest issues right now, it's like it can get pretty expensive to go in person. If you don't have like a good studio around you, it takes hours to get to it, and the scheduling might not work out. So anyone in those 3 areas, and I'm part of that, would definitely be interested in something like that.
Well, you're on mute, Don.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. All right. If no more questions, then we'll need a yes or no. Gene is so impressed with your dancing. by
Yeah,
the way.
I'm really impressed with the mojo.
He's been stunned.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I mean, you definitely check the notability box, which is half the game. Unfortunately, it's not a fit for what we're doing.
Same on
Yeah,
my end,
thank you.
but I love the moves, man.
Appreciate it.
Very
Thank you all.
memorable. They will remember you when you get their next 10,000 users and send an update, Oscar. So thank you. That was
I'll keep you all
awesome.
posted.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew, come on up here.
Serious, I don't have a dance. This is gonna be hard to follow.
Well, you got a cool shirt though. It's okay. All right, go for it. 3, 2, 1, bam.
Cool. Hi, Gene. Hi, Tony. I'm Andrew Lawrence, PhD in AI and co-founder of New Light. You'll see our product, traction, and team on the slide, but allow me to motivate the problem. Picture a principal Monday morning, 3 dashboards, scattered to Google Docs, 800 emails, yet no one notices Maya's missed 3 classes, logged a bullying report, and failed a math quiz. By Friday, she's suspended. Everyone loses due to this insight gap. Legacy systems can't connect the dots and provide no predictive insight. Our solution is the AI for our student information system. We stream every academic behavior and wellness signal into a holistic whole child view for each student. Our AI flags risk on day 1 and recommends proven next step. With Deepwater's focus on frontier tech and SignalFire's vertical SaaS muscle, we can give 50 million students real-time support. And Tony, I think you know Fonz. He used to work at SignalFire.
Mhm.
Cool. Happy to answer any questions.
All right, you made it just
How
in
does
time.
just-
Perfect.
The everything that's going on in education around generative AI, how does it impact, or how does it impact your business?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the work on Gen AI is really around curriculum development, creating like student assignments or helping students with the actual coursework, but not much at looking at all the data they already have. So schools collect a lot of this data, but the systems are so old, they're not actually analyzing it any in real time and are a lot reactive and not proactive.
And are you going like PLG through the teachers, or are you selling into the district level?
We've done both. We have like a free tier right now, which is like a narrower product focused on MTSS, which is just a framework for support. And that we're selling directly to teachers, but we've also piloted at 3 districts and are in conversation with 3 others to deploy paid subscription at a district level.
And who have you been displacing at those district level sales?
Well, our initial product, basically like no one did anything on MTSS, and we've been integrating with existing SISs, but we found it's hard to get them to pay for a new tool, which is why we're looking to raise funding. We're completely bootstrapped right now, and we wanted to just expand into the SIS space as opposed to pull data from them and then analyze it. So in MTSS, there isn't really anybody, like Branching Minds maybe, but a lot of schools aren't. It's not a huge area, which is why we're looking to expand.
All right.
The SIS is like a big backbone essentially for the school. It has grades, attendance, a lot of other stuff. Every school basically
Thank
needs
you.
one.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, Gene, did you have a question? Otherwise, I'll let Tony and you both say yes or no. Okay.
Tony?
Yeah, no, and sadly, it's just competitive with a company that we're incubating, so I have to say no.
Cool. Thank you.
Unfortunately, not a fit for me.
Good
Thanks,
sign,
Gene.
though, Andrew.
Thank you.
We'll take that. We'll be competing with Tony soon. Okay, Chris Short, are you here? Chris Short, you in the audience? If not, I'm
I'm
gonna
here.
go Daron. You are
I'm
here?
right here,
All right.
man. Easy, easy.
Here he is. All right, perfect. Let me
Alright.
feature you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Go for it.
How you guys doing? I'm Chris Short, as an Octal. I've been in the construction industry for 20 years, and I have 3 successful businesses. Borealis XR is a startup tech business that's scalable. We've had it for about 4 years. We're on $200 million of active projects, shooting for 200 billion. And it's a $1 trillion industry. If you don't know much about construction, it's a big industry. And what we do is we're saving our general contractors anywhere from 80 to 100 hours a month right off the bat, just using our base software. And we also include chat and alerts to help reduce their risk with insurance and compliance with OSHA. And I mean, it's a SaaS model, we charge per project. There's a lot of other vertical SaaS routing to it with other platforms. And we can also include like AI, robotics, and AR, and we deploy it to every single individual user on the job site, which can have all this great technology, but if you can't get to the right people in the right hands, then it doesn't work. And that's what we're doing right now. And we've had great success, and we're just adding like a client a week. And I met with 4 of the largest construction companies last night here in New York, and they're all wanting to try a pilot.
All right, Gene.
Yep, the 80 to 100 hours a month. Like, what are some of the specific tasks that are being automated, or I understand it's a SaaS, but what's actually, where's the value coming from?
The value there comes from, we have to get everybody in one place. So we host their orientation. So whether it's safety or whatever orientation they need, we make it remote and automated it. So basically the GC is real simple. They invite one subcontractor, and the subcontractors are responsible for inviting their own employees. And then those people watch that orientation, know where to park, where the parking address is, if there's no parking on site, what safety PPE they need before they get there. And all they do is check into the job. So the average orientation takes anywhere from 25 to 50 minutes on a construction project, and we reduce that down to a minute because on site. So now when the guys are there on site, they're able to work. So you don't have high value personnel giving these safety orientations. So that's where we're saving 80 to 100 hours if you do a orientation every single morning, sometimes 2, in English and Spanish. Yep.
And is that the main use case? Is orientation?
Right now, it's the main use case. Yes. Yeah. So that's where it's saving money. And we have chat. So now we have a project chat. So everybody chats on the job site. You keep all the important stuff there. And then we have emergency alerts. So if there's a fire or evacuation, shooter on site, high winds, something like that, you push a button and it sends it to everybody that's working to know to evacuate or to prepare or get inside, whatever.
So all the downstream trades and folks would download your app in order to stay in.
Yeah, or do it from the web-based platform. Yeah. But then we have an app or just web-based too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Tony and
Unfortunately,
Gene?
I'm a no.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to pass as well.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Matt,
guys.
Thank
Matt
you.
from Primate AI, you want to come up here, Matt?
Hi.
Let me pin you here. Matt was okay, cool. I sourced Matt's last startup to General Catalyst, and then we sold it to Niantic. Fun fact. All right, 3.
Nice.
We got a slide?
Yes, we do.
All right.
No, we don't. Yes, we do. Okay.
So
3, 2, 1.
great. That wasn't the slide.
Oh, well, we gotta go with it.
One pager. Anyway, I'll start talking. We are Primate AI. We are company, just brand new company, founded by the 3 founders of 6D.ai, which was a company that spun out of Oxford University and was a leader in 3D computer vision for world perception. We're getting back together to tackle the opportunity around physical AI, which is really the ability for AI to understand the messiness of the physical world, and pretty much it's again a computer vision problem. Up to date, pretty much every computer vision solution out there has been a point solution. The AI models have been trained to understand pixels, and this space has not had its ChatGPT moment yet. What we're building with Primate is the way to build a
Matt,
model.
gotta hand it off to investors. There's 1 minute. Tony,
What was your
Dean?
previous company? Don mentioned you sold something to.
Yeah, it was 6D.ai. We were sold to Niantic, and we were crowdsourcing we called it the AI Cloud at the time.
What was your role there?
I was the CEO and founder. And Victor, my co-founder, was a professor of computer vision and AI at Oxford. And my other co-founder at Primate was our AI lead, a PhD with 10 years of research there. We're aiming to do to computer vision what OpenAI did to text, with a breakthrough in the way learning is conducted.
And so you're primarily focused on research today to figure out a new method, or are you at the point of productizing something?
We're just incorporating the company right now, but we're building it out from research that exists and turning it into a product. But it is it's a multi-year journey to get to the point of an AI that can understand any computer vision anywhere.
And what was your background before 6D?
I've been working in augmented reality as a entrepreneur mostly, and before that, about a decade in enterprise sales.
All right. Any more questions from Gene or Tony, or are we ready to say yes or no here?
I'm ready to say yes or no.
Okay. Gene, I'll let you go first. That was confident.
I am a no, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'd like an intro.
All right. We got our second one. Good job, Matt. Congrats. Nice work, buddy. Awesome. Okay. I believe Daron is next. Yes, perfect. All right, Matt, so I'll connect you afterwards with Tony. I made a note of it on my side. I'll coordinate afterwards. Daron, come on up here. Oops.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me fix
You have a
this.
slide?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay. All right. 3.
Wait, do we have a slide?
Yes,
Oh.
1.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Gene. Think of how online learning platforms like Udemy and Skillshare made education so much more affordable, scalable, and also more fun. We're doing the same for mental health. My name is Doran. I'm CEO of Float VR, and as someone with ADHD, meditation and self-regulation is a huge challenge because for me, slowing down actually creates anxiety. So with Float VR, we've developed a new path to regulating that doesn't demand focus or instructions. Instead, we use virtual self-generating worlds to regulate through natural curiosity. We have 30,000 consumers using Float for self-help, and it's also being used by therapists and businesses. So we're building Float as a platform to allow mental health providers to create and sell therapeutic experiences, just like those learning platforms. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, so I'd love to meet and share more. Thank you.
All right. Perfect. 1 minute. Gene, Tony, pass it off.
I may need to bow out of this one, given our portfolio includes multiple behavioral health, including an AR behavioral health company. So I'll leave it to Gene.
You mentioned 30,000 users, is that right?
Yes.
And how do you define a user?
Ads on Facebook right now, and also just they find us.
But
So he said define, not find.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
define.
Sorry. What was the question again?
How do you, is a user someone who registered, or is it someone who uses it on a monthly basis?
Okay, it's somebody who registered, gave us an email. Yeah, that's the definition. And we have 2,500 paid users.
Okay, 2,500 paid users. And how many wellness centers do you currently have?
Well, we have one paid wellness center, another B2B paid users of a different kind, and we have some therapists working with it as a pilot.
Unfortunately, I'm a no.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Gene, and thank you, Tony, for the honesty on the portfolio there. Daron, you are next after Daron. Come on up here. You did not have a slide, so I think I'll
No, I
just
don't.
feature you.
I don't.
All right.
Hopefully the words will do justice.
Okay, and you've raised a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay, shall I go?
Yep, go for it.
Cool. Okay, this is very simple. I want you to cast your mind to basically any sci-fi you've seen, from Star Trek, Star Wars, Minority Report, Blade Runner. What they all have in common is that the future of display has holograms in it, three-dimensional, free-floating images that you can interact with directly. We have developed that technology. My company, VividQ, spun out of the University of Cambridge to commercialize this technology that we're working on there. We've spun out with over 10 PhDs. We've filed over 60 patents. This is entirely new display technology that creates that holographic future. And we aim to basically take the entire market. This is a $330 billion opportunity. And we're already commercializing. We have big tech customers. We did over $1 million in revenue last year, and based on current contracts, we aim to scale that to $400 million in revenue in the next 3 years. We've to date raised 28 million from UK and Japanese investors. We're currently opening a Series A with commitment from CVCs already. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You said $1 million in revenue, 28 million raised so far. When did you do your first raise? How long has that 28 million lasted you?
2019 was our first one.
And you said tech companies, any ones you can name?
Probably not openly here, but very happy to go into that in some detail. They are the kind that get nervous about admitting they have to go external for technology.
Yeah, and so in this Series A, will your seed investors or other earlier investors be participating?
Yes.
And what are you looking for in a lead?
A US lead, essentially. So as I say, we've raised money from the UK and Japan, but given the scale of the ambition, I think it's going to take US style money to get us all the way there. So it is a mix. We're largely software and IP at the moment, but there is a strong hardware dependency. Be upfront about that, and that of course is going to take some bigger capital. So I need a lead that has deep tech experience, isn't afraid of hardware, and can see us all the way.
No further questions from me.
Okay, Tony.
Unfortunately, it's not a fit for me.
I'm in the same boat.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron, appreciate it. Next up, we have Ethan.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Doing good. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right, hi, I'm Ethan. I'm the founder of Fill in the Blank, and we're building the real-time intelligence layer for the built world. So in today's world, we have real-time data for all of our social media and our digital presence, but not for our physical infrastructure. And I think we recognize that the world is crumbling quietly all around us, right? So what we're doing is transforming everyday 2D imagery from dash cams, CCTV, phones, into live searchable digital twins. So we detect, grade, and geolocate infrastructure assets. We generate semantically aware photorealistic 3D models, and by doing so, save 25% compute, coding costs, and render time for 3D. We've received grants from AWS, Oracle, and NVIDIA. Just signed a paid pilot with EDX Technologies to roll this out to telco simulations, and we're raising $2.5 million for tracking and managing the health of our physical world the same way that you would measure your Instagram feed. So thank you.
Awesome. Very succinct. Okay, Gene and Tony, I'll pass it
How
to
do
you.
you mentioned some of the ways through dash cams and what was the primary way you're capturing the world? Is it dash cams?
So dash cams, CCTV, and also crowdsourced phones, iPads, any ground level device.
Okay.
And are the buyers governments?
Government and enterprise. I mean, ultimately, we're targeting those at first who have the imagery already. So like they have existing camera sets, so that we can provide that intelligence back to them. But it includes everything from insurance companies like QBE Insurance and Insure are very interested. Simulation platforms are reselling it to their customers. So for telco simulations, utility simulations, things of that sort. Red Cross as well. So I think it could span many different facets.
And what's the background of yourself and any co-founders?
Yeah, we've been spending 7 years building 3D visualization and simulation tools. Red Cross, American Tower, Department of Defense, we've done a ton there. And we ran into the same issue every time, which was the ground level data wasn't real time enough or high quality enough for the simulation outputs to actually reflect the world around you. So everything was outdated. So we started building this because we got a ton of backing from AWS, Oracle, NVIDIA again. And we've figured out this would solve our problem.
One more question. Okay. Tony?
Unfortunately, I'm on pass.
I'll take an intro here.
All right.
Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Ethan, intro number 3. Congratulations, buddy. All right, Chris G, come on up here.
Right, can you hear me?
Yep. All right, Ethan, I'll connect you afterwards. I made a note. Chris, you are ready to go. Blast off.
Great. So yeah, my name's Chris Goering. I'm the founder and CEO of Explore. I have over 28 years experience in the industry, 11 of them working for Rolls-Royce and creating world's most advanced aerospace training. 17 have been now for working with similar sized brands for my own company. The problem we wanted to solve is VR has stalled, and our market research has shown that it's a lack of off-the-shelf applications for enterprise and education. So our solution is a Gen AI tool that allows anybody with a simple text or voice prompt to create a 3D model directly in VR, which is about 90% faster than a trained expert. This solution can be delivered on headset, mobile or desktop, and even smart glasses in the future. Think of us as a Replit for immersive apps. Investment so far, it's all been bootstrapped, but recently we've had an Innovate UK grant value of 50,000K. And we're also looking we're at the second stage of an incubator of about a $40,000 investment as well. So my name's Chris Goering. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
So you're taking prompts and turning it into 3D worlds, essentially?
Yeah, what we're doing is we're in Unreal Engine. So at the moment, it's a case of the worlds are built already, and you can build up your own content library directly in there. We're averaging about a minute to a minute and a half from you describing what you want as a voice prompt for it to literally appear in front of you. And you can either use it within the environment or you can then store it later in a library.
Okay. More questions? Moving.
No questions.
None from my side.
Okay. Gene, yes, no. Tony, yes, no.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It has to be a no for me as well, but good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. John, you are up here next.
Hear me?
Yep. And I'm featuring you. 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Tony Jane, nice to meet you. Gene, seeing you on TV a lot. Good to see you on another screen, I guess. My name is John. I'm with PulseJet, and we do AI-powered, fully immersive, totally indescribable music experiences. The easiest way to describe what we do is like the Sphere for home, but we've taken the Sphere's business model and flipped it on its head, and we're there spending $2.4 billion on a facility and $50 million for each show. We're spending about $1 million on each visual album we produce, and near zero on the pipeline to get it to 25 million users. We use the incredible power of AI to scale to thousands of AI-generated music videos and reach XR headsets from the Vision Pro to the new lightweight X Real. I know investors have been burned by immersive tech before, but big companies like Apple, Google, and Samsung are spending billions a year still on it, and we think there's a big opportunity to make a lot of money, and I'm here to help. My team's cracked the code on capitalizing for music in VR, and we're raising a $2.5 million round with a rare opportunity to get on the ground floor before we launch with Bjork,
right.
our first
Thank
major
you,
artist.
John.
Next,
Thank you, John.
next month.
So the platform builds these immersive experiences. That essentially you're the platform?
That's correct. It's a platform and incredible, immersive 360 music experiences, basically music videos, and get those out to anyone with an XR headset.
And you're building them in partnership with individual artists?
Correct. We have kind of a twofold model, one for lower end artists. We've got about 20 artists on the platform, Nikki Genesis, Lettuce, Father Taj, Digging Dirt. And so there's kind of a B-list tier and then A-list artists. Bjork is our first one, and we're looking to sign up the next 9 over the next year or so.
Is Bjork signed?
She is signed as of about a year ago now. And we've been working very hard for the last year with her to make this amazing experience. We're almost ready to launch.
And can you walk us through your background in space?
Sure. I spent the last 10 years at Apple and worked on the Apple Vision Pro, most notably. So I've spent 5 years working with Mike Rockwell. Gene, I know you follow Apple pretty closely, so work with Rockwell on that, and Craig Federighi and others. I have, going all the way back out of college, I went to a VR startup called Transum Technologies. So, and we sold that company for 45 million to Engineering Animation. So, I actually was lucky enough to have a successful VR startup right out of college. And so, in short, 25 years experience leading right up to the Vision Pro was really a dream product for me to work on, and I left to make content for that platform.
Awesome. Okay. Tony, yes or no? Gene, yes or no?
It's very, very cool, but it's a no from me.
I like an intro.
Okay.
Gene.
Good job,
Thank you.
John. Great job, buddy. Awesome work. Okay, next up we have Chuck. Chuck, come on up here. We're up to 4 intros. My personal goal for this was 5, so we're getting close. Chuck, you here?
Yeah, I am.
All right, go for it. 3.
Just waiting on my slide. There we go.
2. Oh, no.
Thank you. Hi, Gene. Hi, Tony. Thanks for being here today. Really appreciate it. Unlike most of my peers, we are not a deep tech company, but we are a food tech company. My name is Chuck Siegel. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ambrosia Innovations based outside of Boston. Just going to give you kind of a quick overview. We are a specialty ingredient company focused on health and wellness. Our mission is to help large quick serve restaurant chains and CPG brands to offer products with added wellness benefits for their consumers. We generate our revenue by licensing our technology and supplying ingredients for production through long-term production partnerships. We're targeting massive markets, large global categories. We have 2 LOIs from 2 large coffee shop chains for our first product, which is a liquid protein, which is something new to the market and doesn't exist. We have a rock star leadership team anchored by Nigel Travis, the former executive chairman of Dunkin' Brands, Rossann Williams, the former president of North American operations for Starbucks.
All right, all right. Thank you, Chuck.
And a little long, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice effect there, Don, with the time's up thing. Is that protein? You said you have letters of intent with, was it a large? I forget the exact language. Basically, is Starbucks one of them?
No, we actually, being honest, we are under NDA with Starbucks. We're under NDA with Dunkin' and several others. We have these 2 large projects with 2 medium-sized, very fast-growing, well-funded beverage chains. And we've created basically a platform for food and beverage innovation in the functional space, something that does not exist today.
Got it. And so the idea would be you're creating a pipeline for generating new ingredients, or you're going to be selling the ingredients after you produce them. I'm sort of the only analog I have to this is biotech, so apologies for the question.
No worries. I know I'm not the perfect fit for either your portfolios, but I think there might be an opportunity. We are ingredient agnostic. We will work with any ingredient our customer requests and formulate it in a way that is infused into a beverage that doesn't affect flavor or taste. Think if you go to Starbucks every day and you're tasting a beverage, and today you want to try protein and it completely alters the flavor, that's not going to work for you. So we have to be able to infuse these functional ingredients that inherently taste awful in a way that doesn't affect the flavor profile that consumers know and love. We're really positioned to scale, and obviously we have a incredible leadership and advisory team. Working with Nigel and Rossann are pretty incredible. Nigel's the current chairman of Abercrombie & Fitch, Serve Pro, Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
All right.
He serves as an advisor to Blackstone.
Awesome, Chuck. Thank you. You 2 can pick who goes first, Tony or Gene.
Killer team, unfortunately not a fit.
Yeah, best of luck. Seems like a great team, but yeah, not a fit for our profile.
Understood. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. We appreciate the research too, Chuck. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good job there. Okay. Oh, get stuck here. Okay, Enrico, can you come up here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got
Okay,
a
great.
unique pitch as well. We're ready for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So thank you for being here. I'm Enrico, the CEO at Immersis, an XR development company that develops apps for companies like Colgate, Walmart, and so on. So more than a pitch, I would like, if I may, your advice. So we've been developing XR training applications for these companies for several years, and we know that it works. So we decided to start developing a no-code app for our clients to be able to create their own VR training applications. Unfortunately, we have seen that the XR, the SaaS, vertical SaaS department is not growing as fast and is not really investor friendly. So I would like to ask if you have any advice on how to pivot on targeting a more broad problem, or any experience that you have had with your funded companies. So that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
So can I appreciate the question there, but can I ask I'm going to ask a question. Is the training, would you consider yourself more of a like a consulting firm that works with third-party tools, or are you actually doing the tools?
We're doing the tools with them, and we partner with their training development departments. Like Colgate, for example, we work with their teams.
But your like primary business is to have people come and build these experiences. It's more of a consulting model.
No, so we are a development company, and Colgate and Walmart have asked us for being their tech partners.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what Gene's asking, and I think it resonates. That was my question as well, which is, I think you should ask yourself, are you is that a solutions offering, or has it really been a services offering to date where you're an like ongoing development partner? I think if you're an ongoing development partner, like the easiest way we've seen it a ton is find the platform that's worked the best and attempt to model it across, you know, a broader use case and more customers. It's hard to say without knowing more about your deployments, what that looks like. I would probably try to stay within the same function, at least would be my only advice. You know, if it's training and L&D, and that's where your chops are and where you have the context, I would look for what's the screaming pain point there and attempt to build for that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Enrico. Appreciate that. And keep pivoting. The best people pivot. That's always true. Karna, can you come up here? We have 3 more. Karna's the first of 2 more after this. And then we are done with Shark Tank Feeding Fest.
Yeah, good morning, Sharks. I'm Karunaka, founder of AI Shiksha. Sharks, in India, we have over 250 million students eager to learn, but stuck without the teachers they need. That's the reality. What if every child has access to a personalized tutor who guide them every step of the way, 24/7? That's the vision behind AI Shiksha. At AI Shiksha, we are building Saras, an advanced voice AI tutor that will guide them and adapt to each student's learning style and the language they speak. Now imagine every child able to reach their full potential and unlocking the opportunities and building the better future. That's the vision. That's the beauty of like world we are living. I mean, like world. So the vision we are chasing is that one. To make this vision a reality, we are seeking 1 million to bring 1 million students in next 2 years. Sharks, we are not just building another EdTech app. We are redefining what learning can be. So Sharks, please join our mission to make this a reality. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
So what's going on in India just around what the chatbots, the big chatbots are doing that potentially could kind of fill this gap?
So actually in India, we have over, I mean like India, if you count the student-teacher ratio, it's 1:30, and in rural areas, it's 1:60. So to get a personalized attention with every student, it is not possible in a traditional system. So to make this happen, like 1:1, we have the technology that is available in current situation where we can leverage the AI and voice AI that it can answer every student's questions without having to ask for the judgmentals and the
let me ask the question, so I apologize, in a slightly different way. Which models are you using?
So I'm using WAPI and 11 Labs to integrate in our SaaS platform so that we can build, I mean like we are building that.
Got it. Okay.
So primarily we are focusing on computer science because like India is having, I mean like not concentrated on computer science. From the early stage education, we are focusing on early stage education from 3 to 18 years so that we are focusing quite in the right area where it is needed in the future.
Thank you, Karna. All right, Gene, Tony, yes or no from each of you, please.
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
Yeah, permission, but unfortunately a no for me as well.
Thank you. No worries.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Mike and Michael. Mike, you're up next.
All right. Thanks, John. Hello, Jane and Tony. I'm Mike Nichols, co-founder and CEO of Contextual, and we're building Rethink, an AI-powered collaboration platform for creative teams. So here's the problem. Creativity thrives on energy, momentum, and connection, but creative teams never have the time or space to meet in person whenever they want. Teams are global, schedules are fragmented, and video calls, well, I mean, you just can't schedule creativity like it's only on from 9 to 5. But Rethink solves this. We've replaced flat video calls with immersive workspaces that feel like you're in the same room together. With AI tools guiding ideation so teams can move faster, they can think bigger and build better together. And we're seeing strong traction from game studios to creative agencies. Best of all, Rethink works on any platform. So it's there for you whenever and wherever the creative spark strikes.
Awesome. Thank you.
So what's the form factor? Like how would I interface with Rethink?
So we work on any platform. We like to think that we're immersive first. So we just released we're actually a full quarter into the release on the Meta Quest, but we also have available on the web as well.
And so Meta with their, I don't even know if Horizon's the latest iteration of what they're doing. They have like these collaborative workspaces that Zuckerberg, before he got bit by the AI bug, was behind. I guess where does kind of Meta and Horizon fit into versus what you're doing?
Sure. I think so for a lot of this, there's a few competitors, but I think they're going after a general collaboration market, and we're really hyper-focused on the creative economy. So we're looking for ideation workflows, product builders, really just focusing on that segment first.
Makes sense. Smart move.
All right, Gene, Tony.
You build what you know.
Build what you know, right on. Unfortunately, I'm a pass.
As am I.
All right, Michael, you are
Thank
the
you.
final one. Come on up here. Mike, thank you.
Don, sorry, am I not on the list to pitch?
No, 1 second, Meredith. We got to do quick. All right, Michael, can you come on up here?
Yeah.
Meredith, I'll text you 1 minute. All right, Michael, go for it.
Hi, I'm Michael Pepper. I'm an UMSL grad. I'm making a brand called Protective VR, which is an accessory line for a literal pain point in VR gaming. It's focused on preventing pain and injury when people get too immersed and the Guardian fails them, resulting in heavy impacts with surrounding walls, objects, or even people. The first product is a new design of padded sports glove designed to comfortably and reliably use the controllers while protecting the user from impacts. We have multiple big YouTubers in the niche and talks for promotion. Didn't hurt. Let's keep people in VR and not the ER.
That's fun.
That's awesome.
So the model is to sell gear.
Yeah.
Got it.
E-commerce. People order, we ship out.
Got it. But you do the development of the safety gear yourself.
Yes, I designed this product.
Okay.
Are you selling actively right now?
Yeah, we just got a listing up on Knox Labs, which is like the top SEO dominant VR accessory platform.
Got it. And what's the price point?
We're retailing it at $59.99.
And what's your cost of goods?
It costs about $13 to make it.
Got it. You say just got the listing. When did you launch?
So we like kind of soft launch a couple months ago. We're still in talks with the big YouTubers. Like we haven't gotten a video up yet. We have one for June scheduled with Fia of the virtual reality show. Right now I've just made a couple posts and like self promo on Reddit and Discord servers.
All right, Michael, awesome. I know Gene's got a CNBC thing today, so we're at our limit. Gene, yes or no on Michael's introduction meeting?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay,
Yeah,
and Tony?
Unfortunately, no as well.
Awesome. All right, great pitch though, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gene, I know you have to run. Tony, we have you for another 2 minutes, so maybe you can just give like your best bit of advice for founders on the way out. But Gene, I know you got to go.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you all.
Thank you for the hour. We
Appreciate it.
appreciate that
Enjoy
very
it.
much.
Thank you too, Tony, Don. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, sir. And I'll follow up with the intro. Thanks, Gene. All right, so Tony, I guess maybe you can talk us through, as just like the last 5 minutes, from your perspective, what did the founders do right? What did the founders do wrong? Where do you think we could improve stuff? Like, it would be great to get your honest feedback and opinion. And also you can include the format. This is my first time organizing it. And so, I know that was rapid fire. And so we'd love to understand your perspective, how to make it better.
It's super rapid, and it's really hard. And there was a lot of, by the way, everybody super impressive background. Like, it's not easy. And I feel like, there's so much more I want to ask all of you. And kudos on everything that you're building. It's difficult to synthesize so fast, both the sort of like, I'm sort of in my head, the mapping is like, okay, does this person have it's so early for most of these companies that it's, okay, does this person have founder market fit? Like, AKA, what's their relevant experience? And there was a mix of folks who explained that experience and those who didn't. So I would say in general, if you're a really early stage company, which most of the folks on the call were, who you are and why it makes sense that you're building it, just make sure you cover up front, because that way the questions can be much more about, and this is where we're going to go. And that way it's sort of you see things escalating and getting more towards the future vision, which is what excites investors, more than going backwards and saying, okay, this is why I have credibility. I also thought in general, there was a lot of focus on sort of AR, VR on this, which just from a format perspective, I might narrow the aperture a little, because that's not really as much of a focus for, at least for myself. So that's just on the format. What else? Yeah, I think the biggest like macro thing that kept happening was needing to go back and ask about experience. I think the last would be just, it felt like there were opportunities once we got towards the end of the call to like re-grab interest. And at the top, some of it is very, it was just the beginning and we were all fresher, but I felt like some of the folks early on did an engage. Somebody was talking about traumatic brain injury, and somebody was, the dancing even, right? Something that's, hey, this is me, pay attention, which normally I focus on less, but the reality of hearing 20 plus pitches in an hour means that I think there's more emphasis on that early attention grab. So I'm sorry, guys, that I don't have more to provide on, because all of you had very, very interesting companies here, but I've written down a whole bunch of notes for follow-ups that I'll check with some other investors. And if there's interesting intros, I'll pass them through Don.
Cool. Okay. I think you opted into 2 intros, so I'll check my notes and then I'll introduce you. We appreciate the time very much and for coming and doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Tony,
And by the way,
AI Shiksha, AI Shiksha, I was talking about the 260 millions of students across India. So I was talking about that. The voice AI.
I think you're addressing something from the chat. But really quickly, John, I sent you a DM there. Bradford, who couldn't make it today, is it does have a background. He's very he did DistroKit at Insight, like a $45 million Series B, and would probably, I don't want to overly speak for him, but shoot me a note, or Don, if you can intro me to John as well, not for myself, but for Bradford.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes.
Good
Thanks for
luck,
stepping
everybody.
in. We know you did that last minute. We know that was a laundry detergent or whatever it is. You just got thrown in the laundry. So thank you very much. Everyone, can we unmute, and then I'll talk about our next week's Shark Tank as well. Thank you, everybody.
Tony.
Thanks, Tony, for coming.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye.
Tony, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Don. Thank you.
Wait, we're not done. We're not done. Don't leave. Don't leave. Okay. Okay. All right. So next okay. So I see a bunch of questions around how can you pitch, who can pitch, all that. All right. So let me just make the note. Who did he say he wanted to meet? John. Intro to, man, John, you got 2 yeses. Good job.
Yeah, thanks so much, John, for putting us in front of these guys. It's huge.
Actually, that was the 5th one. All right, I'll take it. We hit the goal. Okay. All right. So a few things. One, next month, not even next month. This is in June 11th. Lawrence Barclay is going to come. So he's going to be the first investor, and then I'm going to go get another person. He is the managing director of Manta Ray Ventures. They're based in the UK. It's a single family office, so it's like very, very wealthy old money from London and Manchester. And he runs the venture arm. I think his team is probably 10 people. I was originally introduced to him by Nico from General Catalyst. Anyone that comes through Nico is credible. And I met Lawrence probably 5-6 years ago, and he's been nothing but amazing. So he's going to come be one of the sharks on June 11th. They have like a lot of money, so they can do early checks or they can scale up and do later stage, as well as they can invest directly into the venture funds and things of that sort, I believe. And then I'll get the other person. I'm working on solidifying who that's going to be right now. Okay, so the way that this works, I'm doing these every month, and you need to apply to pitch each month. And then I go through and accept the people that applied. Some of you did apply, but you applied after the deadline. So I'm going to put the link in the chat right now for the application. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so just so everyone has context, we practiced and created this presentation over the last few weeks. So make sure you apply today or as early as possible, and then I can get you in for the June 11th if it ends up working out. All right. Any final questions before we hop off here? Or final thoughts?
Is it okay that I've been connecting people?
What was that?
Is it okay that I've been connecting people as they've been pitching? I've thought of someone in my network that I can connect them with. Is that okay?
Yeah. Everyone should reach out to everyone 100%. That's why we're trying to also do this format. If you see ways you can help other people, that karma will come back. So please do that. Yes, absolutely, Meredith.
Don, I have a question. Do we need to reapply, or we will be notified by yourself?
It's each month I ask for a specific slide for those investors to tailor it towards them, and so yes, you'll need to resubmit and reapply.
So we will have other investors or these two ones which were today on call.
Other investors every month. We're gonna have different ones. It's either gonna be it's potentially Adam Draper from Boost VC on June 11th, or it's potentially this guy named Larry Braitman, or it's potentially someone totally different. I've got a bunch of asks out there right now.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Don.
Yep.
So with this new call coming up, are there going to be interested in more AI startups at all? Or I saw more of healthcare and construction, but just want to know about that.
Yeah, those two funds they're heavily focused on AI. I'd say it was our side of the table that brought more heavy XR than AI, but like they would have much, I think, preferred more AI because that's what they're funding a lot of.
Okay, thanks.
Question. I have a question. I'm curious about it. Like, are most of the no's because they're just not the right fit, or I'm so curious about the actual feedback, and I wonder if maybe they can in the future rank the presentation versus it's a no because it's not a right fit, but you did a great job and there are some people that would.
Yeah, I think I just like put my finger to the wind and then hope that was gonna work. I gotta think through how we at least get some feedback from them. I felt that was the disconnecting part too, because it's okay if they reject you as long as that you help. Right. But I think you're right. Like without any sort of advice, it's kind of not as valuable as it could be.
What about doing written feedback?
They're not gonna write stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
I think you did a great
I had to
job.
twist their arms just to get them here for an hour straight. They're not gonna write.
I think you did a great job. I think this was great. I really do. I enjoyed watching it, even though I didn't get the pitch, but I loved it.
That's
I
awesome.
think even a quick note, just no because it's not a fit, or no
Totally.
because
I
the market
think
size.
by far number one change.
Yeah, it's
I
not a fit.
totally agree. Yeah.
So I have a question. Can you let us know if we're not going to pitch? Like I did submit
Yes.
my
I did send an email to everyone that said if you didn't come to practice or weren't invited to practice, then you're not pitching tomorrow.
Oh.
I'll try to make it more
I
clear.
missed all that.
sorry. I send a lot of emails. I apologize.
I don't care.
All right,
No, I
can we
missed it, but
take for the
what?
memory books? Can we take one photo of everyone? I'm gonna take a screenshot for our first Shark Tank. Okay, let me get this shark in it. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Thanks everyone for coming. Good stuff. All right. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
All
Don.
right.
That was awesome.
Don, will you have a list? I listened in today's Clint Unseth in Canada. There's a few people that jumped at me that I'd like to facilitate intro to others in industry, but even for our own application, there may be synergy. So to be able to follow up with the individuals, is there a shared list with contact information?
Great question. Yeah, here, let me show this to you.
For example, I saw one person today in the construction safety. I know others that are focused in that area, but his name was Big Short. I couldn't find it as an
That's Chris.
example,
That's
right?
Chris. Yeah, that's Chris
Yeah.
Short. Last name Short. Last name Short, and he's, what are you, 6'6", Chris? Is that correct? You told me?
No, just 6'4". 6'4".
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he's only 6'4".
I
All
think-
right.
I
So
think you're
and here's the full answer to your question. Then I gotta hop. Okay. So every member is in here, and you can DM me directly. So you literally go here, type chat, hey, okay, Henry, if you're on the call, sorry, just message you, and you can message anyone direct that you want to talk to. I run everything we do through here. Every event that you can RSVP for is in here, and all of the sort. And that's $100 to get into that group. And then that's where we do weekly meetings to prepare for all this and things of that sort.
Okay.
All right.
I think you referred to me specifically, so I dropped my email in the chat. If you want it.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Right on. Thank you all.
everybody for coming. I appreciate it. June 11th is the next one. And then for all the members on Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern, we're going to sit down with me, and I have a little surprise for everybody. So please try to come to that. All right. Adios. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Don.